Yeah.
Again, I'm not saying that he got it from me, but
Oh, hi.
maybe. But he gets. I mean, a lot of what Greg Gutfeld does is what we do. We
Mm.
just poke fun of the crazy. And
Yeah.
I can appreciate. I actually was watching Gutfeld when he was on the Red Eye. You remember that?
Yes.
Uh,
Like at 2 in the morning because there was nothing else to watch.
yeah, and it's crazy the transition. Because Greg Gutfeld is amazing, man. I love
Yeah.
his monologues. He's right on point.
Yeah.
I I'd like to say, every so often, you watch conservative news or well, never CNN, right? But watch conservative news and you go like, well, I can agree with that, and go like, but there were some things that I just could not agree with. Like I sometimes be watching some conservative shows, and all of a sudden they said something like crazy about, Hispanics and people coming over, which I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong because you're more in tune with this. I think that they sort of softened their stance a little bit in regards to like the DACA kids and everything else. So it was interesting because at that point I was going like, yeah, you are away from reality. And what I think happens, Roman, is that a lot of times when you've got these commentators and these podcasters and these individuals from Chicago, from New York, and from Seattle, and they think that they've got like an upper hand in regards to the well of knowledge in regards to everything that happens here on the border, and you go like, yeah, no, or like people in Washington, and you go like, yeah, no, or like your president who and your vice president who never been to the border, and said
Well,
they
I mean, yesterday we had a former presidential candidate here in Brownsville. What's his name?
Booker.
Booker T. Washington. No, sorry, a different Booker. Yeah, sorry.
Booker T. Washington was a wrestler.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you thought I wasn't going to know that.
I really was hoping you would, but then again, I guess you did book it too. Anyway, like it's not. Anyway, he was here, and then he crossed over Gateway, and he went over to Matamoros to go visit the consulate or whatever because he was here. But I guess he visited. Maybe he think he's running for president again. Who knows? But I think the reason that people are, and I'm not a DACA supporter. I'm not. This dreamer crap. I'm sorry. You cut in front of the line. Sorry. Too bad. Oh, your mommy and daddy brought you over, but we can't blame you for it because your mommy. Well, just go back with your mommy and daddy. It's not a big deal.
Uh,
Anyway, but I'm mean. Apparently, I'm a heartless individual because I believe that.
heartless.
But I. Yeah, that's fine. You can disagree, but I think it's a lot of it has to do with people like the Liberty, at the Libra Initiative and those Koch brother idea of like let's do dreamers, let's support dreamers, and let's meet them halfway. But why? Why? That
I
is just me.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, I disagree, but and that's one of the good things. You could just agree to disagree and
Mm,
continue to move forward. And that's one of that's a couple of things that I think that a lot of our local folks out here, should grasp onto. Don't have to agree on everything. Let me
mm.
give you something. Something. I'll go back into the Sylvia Atkinson thing and the
Oh
Erasmo
no.
Castro thing. For a long time, I've gone like I was talking to someone yesterday. Said Erasmo, talking to some people and letting them know, hey, Erasmo's the way to go, and they go like, well, DWI and everything. I said, he goes like, really? He goes, y'all focused so much on the Erasmus DWI and let's try to get him off as soon as possible, which they didn't. I resigned, which is okay. Uh, and Sylvia Atkins, y'all were all right. That after we were told that she's told everything, y'all were okay with her being there because she used to be your teacher or someone else's teacher, or because you
Mm.
were part of this, and you'd rather sink at us for a Class B misdemeanor, but you want to give Sylvia Atkinson a pass with her taking and stealing millions, and I think that happens a lot in regards to a lot of the crap that happens here locally in regards to how we continuously get screwed by the same people over and over and over and over again. I've asked people, Roman, because people were like, oh, no, that's why I didn't like you for such a long time. And now I hear you and I think you're okay. And I go like, oh, cool. I said, why didn't you like me before? And again, not that, not that I care, because I don't care, but I go like, well, why didn't you like me before? And they go, we don't know, because you take pictures, because you take selfies.
I'm wondering whenever she gets released, because eventually she's not going to be in jail.
Yeah.
Who's gonna hang out with her? Everyone's gonna hang out with her. They're like, "Oh, we miss you." They're gonna be like, "Buddy, buddy," you think, or they're gonna be like, "No, no, get away." You
Well,
know,
I think that there's
with
going to
the
be those two people, though. The one group that are going to be, she has her friends. She has that
Mhm.
group of friends that are going to be. I don't know if her wife is still going to be with her, but
wait, she's married or married in quotes.
I think so.
Pues yo
I
no sé.
I think so. She was in a relationship,
Okay, pues yo
but
no sé.
yeah, it has. People hold you to a different standard because you publicly don't give an F. Exactamente right. And I think that's what really, and what Elizabeth says is very true. I think what happens is that individuals start putting in their mind a picture of what a politician should be. And I know Elizabeth.
Is that one of those never answer people again from like last night?
No, no,
No, so okay.
not this one. But I'm
Okay.
at that point where I'm about to put "do not answer." But what happens, Roman, is I think a lot of people have this image of what a politician should be,
Yeah.
and what should they say and what should they not say, shake the hands, kiss the baby stuff.
Hey, you're insulting me. I tell you that all the time.
Yeah, and I do not fit any of those molds because I don't always go out with a little smile and see because if you screw with me, I'm going to go
Well,
bump it.
yeah, that's what happens to me all the time too. Like I get mad at people, and then they're like, we make peace, and they're like, you know what, you're not a bad guy, and I'm like, yeah, I know, I was never a bad guy. Like
No,
one of my friends now, last year in March when you were with the dentist, like laughed at me and cackled at me and didn't ever give me an opportunity to be her friend or talk to her. And then we started talking. And like, you know what? We agree a lot more than we disagree. Like, oh yeah, I know, and I'm a good guy. I'm not bad.
100%. Yeah, and I kiss no one's ass. Very true.
Yeah.
But let me, and I say this because sometimes you get and this, Romy, you run for office. People will go like, Erasmo, it's some people, alguien me dijo que someone told me that because you dress like a priest that people are upset. They're not going to vote for you. Maybe you should change the way you dress. I'm going like, yeah, no, it's not going to happen. Screw the ignorance of people. I'm not I'm not that candidate that's going to get swayed every time one or two individuals get upset because of my hairstyle, how I dress, how I talk, how I engage. I don't care. Oh, we're not going to vote for Erasmo because he screams online. Really? Well, it's not going to stop. I'm not going. And I hate, Roman, when they want you to change in order to portray something that you're not, and that's just irritating.
Well, I mean, those same people will probably be the same people that would be okay with the little deaconettes, the little women, priest wannabe women that wear the little thing, which I think is the craziest, dumbest thing. But then
Not,
again, I'm a Catholic, and I think it's ridiculous that,
well,
that they.
not just Catholic, Roman, because again, a lot of people think like, oh, that's why you're dressed as a priest. This is a clergy shirt, man. I get it from a clergy store. Catholics,
They'll sell to anybody, really.
yeah, it's clergy wear. But what did you just say?
The deaconettes, the
Yeah,
women,
and,
women
and
priests,
it's not just a Catholic thing, Roman, because there's some I've seen a lot of pastora.
Episcopalians, and the little. I mean, I don't know Presbyterians. I don't know if they wear that stuff. Maybe Methodists, but
Well,
they now allow women to be
a lot
their
of
little leaders, which is
a
weird.
lot of pastora, a lot of Protestant churches, Roman.
Yes,
They have female pastors, and people are okay with
pastorettes.
pastorettes. Some people are okay with that. You don't find it in scripture,
I don't know. I mean, you even have some liberal Catholics who are like, oh, I mean, the Mary Magdalene, she was like the first apostle or whatever. I'm like, no, she wasn't. Like,
She
calm
wasn't.
down. Calm down.
Yeah,
Calm down.
hold that yours. But again, if people want to believe that, I don't care. I don't care. Look, the other day, there was a pastor woman out here on Market Square, and she was into it. Oh, and I'm going like, oh, okay. And I stopped by. She said hi. I said hi to her. I know, okay. I said thank y'all for being out here, and it's great and everything. I mean, I don't agree with but she's a pastorette. I
Mhm.
don't.
But
But
now we're going to be considered misogynist or something like that because
yeah,
we
well,
believe this. Oh, we're misogynist now because we believe that women shouldn't be
no, but I'm not.
deaconesses
I'm
and
not going to rate on
pastorates.
I'm not going to rate on their parade. Like if she wants to be a pastorette and people want to believe that she's a pastorette, more power to them. I don't. I can let other people live whatever way they want to live. I don't care. Uh, if that's what people want to believe, that's fine. I do not think that women should be pastorettes, and I don't think women should be priests. And I don't think that binary person. I don't know if you saw there was a binary person supposedly that's an Episcopalian, but those Episcopalians, they'll take everyone.
Well, it's because not a very winning. It's not a growing church. Let's just put it that way.
Well,
Wait, she's non-binary?
you haven't seen that?
No,
Google it.
no.
Google it in a bit.
Nah. There's a lot of craziness out there.
Oh, let me read this. Came to
Oh,
my
sorry.
appointment. People said they are voting for you and say you are a very humble person. That's true. They're right. They love the truck. What? And you tell the truth. And these are new people. They're tired.
Wow, they're new people. They
Yeah.
exist. Wow. They might like, what the hell? The world's gonna end anyway. I mean, we have aliens landing or whatever. I mean, why not vote for Erasmo one more time? What the hell?
I didn't steal millions and walk around like your poop doesn't stink. No, look, and this is and this is what I think that a lot of people don't grasp on. Roman, when I walked into a school, I didn't go to the principal's office first. Like all these other
But
politicians do.
shouldn't you do that though?
No, you go to
Should-
the office to register, but you don't go to the
Okay.
principal's office. I wouldn't stop. My first stop wasn't the principal's office. I
Mm.
signed in and I'd go to the cafeteria and I'd sit with the food people and I'd sit with and I'd spend time with the custodial folks and everything. That's what I would do because they never get the attention, Roman.
Mm.
They never get the ear of someone who is making decisions on their life. So
And then you pay 50 cents for your strawberry milk.
then I get it for free.
Oh, you get it for free? Oh, wow.
No,
Yeah, I was gonna give you an out there and say, well, yeah, obviously.
someone would pay for it.
Oh. No, because then you're gonna get somebody in trouble because they were embezzling the 50 cents. Where'd that money come from? We must account for it. What's your friends that got it on strawberry milk?
I was the one that brought it back.
Yes, I know that. That's why I bring it.
I rather you scream and wear what you want instead of squandering taxpayer and state federal funds money. Yeah, isn't that? But again, what happens, Elizabeth, is that image that a lot of people have in regards to a politico, it's very hard to, it's like I'll give you this. It's like Trump,
Who's probably going to be the nominee and probably beat the crap out of Biden in 2 years.
I don't know if he's going to be the nominee, but when Trump went out there, people were going like, "It's impossible. This guy's crazy. This guy says what he wants. This guy just calls it out. This guy's fat and everything." And Trump didn't care. I mean, he decimated all those Republicans. And let me tell you, I don't think there's ever been any more watched debates than when Trump was on, because people were like,
they were must-see TV. Well, people are getting upset. Look, I'm not supporting Trump in the primary. That's why I'm not voting for him. I'm a Cruz guy. If he decides to run for president, and if not, it'll probably be DeSantis. That's where I'm at, right? But people are upset because yesterday or the day before yesterday, he was praising Charlie Crist allegedly, and said like in order to insult what's his name, the Sanctimonious. That's the nickname that Trump has put on Ron DeSantis, the governor in Florida. But what was fascinating to me is he wasn't complimenting Charlie Crist when you really, he's like, even Charlie Crist of all people, like that's what he was implying. Even that guy, that loser, was getting praised in Florida, not just because Ron DeSantis is all great, which was an interesting argument to make. People are like, "Oh my God, he was praising Charlie Crist. That guy, why is he praising him?" Like he's not. He's saying even that loser. That's what he's implying. But whatever. Maybe some people have. There are some people that have trouble reading, understanding.
A lot of people that have trouble reading and understanding, unfortunately. But
Oh, well.
again, I'm hoping folks this time around they realize Erasmo Castro hasn't done you any harm. They have, you know, Roman. At the end of the day, Erasmo Castro has not taken from you. John Cowan has. Jessica Tetro doubly has, and no one still knows who Jennifer Stanton is.
Who is she? Who is she? Like
I love
where in the
her.
world is Carmen San Diego or what?
She's probably watching. I love Jennifer Stanton, and I'm not just saying that because she's probably watching. I love Jennifer Stanton. It's
Who is she?
no one knows.
Who's that girl?
But she doesn't. She can't even spell G-Beck.
It's G-Beck, not G-Beck.
She doesn't. She doesn't know what Imagine Brownsville is. Was has
United
no clue.
Brownsville?
You know,
Imagine became a United. They united. Imagine.
It has no clue what OP 1023 was.
But where is she? Like no, but who's that girl? Did you ever see that movie with Madonna? Who's that girl? Anyway,
Who's that
well that's the song, but there was a movie. Who's that girl? I like that
don't
movie.
watch
It's okay. It was from the 80s. Anyway, but no, but who is she? She's this blonde girl with a picture. I saw signs. They're not bad. They're better than Jessica Tetra's.
Hell yeah. I love Jennifer, and I look, guys. I don't want to get anyone with a misconception. I love Jennifer. She shouldn't be mayor. And I know about Captain Bob's or Treasurer. Captain Bob, like, and that's what talks bad about the other candidates. Screw the other candidates. They should have never gotten into a race with Erasmo Castro. They should have known better.
See, that's the difference between you and other candidates. You're gonna like, I don't care. I'm just gonna tell you how it is, and if you don't like it, tough, whatever.
Yeah.
I find that fascinating. That's refreshing.
Yeah, because I'm not going to mince my words. I'm not going to because what happens a lot of times, a lot of these people, they have to think of what they're going to say before you say it because they don't. You don't want a little audio clip of Erasmo saying something or the candidate saying something that can be held against him. What you see is what you get, and people know that.
Robert, I mean, I love Robert. Don't get me wrong, Robert. I might go hang out with him later or something. Maybe eat some of his fish and shrimp. But no, he told me, Erasmo, he says a lot of bad words from him. He told me that, and I'm like, what? You say bad words? I've never. I think I definitely say more bad words than you do. I've never heard you say. Yeah, I know many times, not just a couple. But come on. I was like, what are you drinking, dude? I know you don't drink anymore, but dude, what are you drinking? Because you don't say bad words. You do insult other people.
I do.
But you don't say bad words.
I do my best not to say no, and every so often, I'll
yeah, but I mean the privacy of your own home, you'll maybe say bad word.
Just in case anyone hears me saying one out there, it happens. But let me say, I do my best not to. But again, I'm not going to mince my words. When we're talking about John and Jessica, I mean, they're crap. They have done nothing but take from you. And look, and this is something that I want people to understand because I'm going full force after them on the forums, the debates, and everything else.
If those happen.
If they happen, we've already got one confirmed.
Oh, which one? Who's doing it?
Cameron County Democratic women.
Oh.
I already paid for it, so you have to pay for them, which is okay. I don't mind.
Wait, what? You have to pay?
Yeah, I don't care. I'll pay.
Wait, no, I gotta go. Why do you have to pay them?
Because you have to pay.
So that means you're gonna be. So is this like a political action committee where you're paying money and therefore your name's gonna show up as a contribution to this organization?
No, I don't think so. I think it's gonna show up as I paid for a forum.
That's ridiculous. Like, why would you have to pay? Like, no, I do. No organization should be asking for money for you to participate in a debate. You Democratic women should be ashamed of yourselves. Well, but then again, you're Democrats, so what a shock.
No, let me say, I don't mind.
You can. This is me talking, not you. Me.
I would pay to go slam the crap out of these people.
Are they going to ask for people to pay money to go inside to watch you all debate?
No, I think I have to read the little guidelines again, but I think I could take like 2 people. or something.
Ridiculous.
You're
Like,
welcome
no,
to go.
nobody should be paying anybody
You're welcome to
to
go.
participate.
I'm actually going to invite Elizabeth if she's down here. If she comes down, uh, good morning, my opinion.
Wait, wait. So you allow two people to go in with you, but everybody else has to pay? Is that how it's gonna work?
No, 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 no.
Okay. Well, maybe you just show me the flyer.
I'll,
Post a flyer out there so everyone can see
I'll
it.
send it your way. Good morning.
Okay.
I actually read it online. Good morning. My opinion is you
Oh,
have
I missed
opened their eyes about the corruption in our city, and we have tired of being stepped on. It's time for change. It is. Let me go down to the comments before we
Oh,
get
sorry.
too far back.
All right.
Hold up.
Pause.
You can't be a president more than 8 years in a row. Can you do your 4 years, have what 4 year break, and come back and do 8 years?
No,
I don't
you
think
can't
so.
do that. No, it's like the city of Brownsville lifetime. You can't be for 4-4. And we actually had somebody be president. He was president. He is our number 22 president, and then he lost, and he came back and was our 24th president. So I was listening to radio, and somebody said, "Congratulations" or "Thank you to all 46 people who served as president." I'm like, no, there were only 45 people that were president. We just have 46 numbers because we had somebody who was 22nd and 24th. But it's the
Yeah.
little things. Oh well.
Um, look, and this is where I was getting at. What Susan says is very true. The longer we allow the same clique to be elected uh, to office, Brownsville will not progress no more. No mas. And let me say, this is part of the problem because you may think like, well, Jessica and John, they haven't done anything, but they're not. They don't scream. They're not bad people. They appointed. Think of this. They appointed the individuals to the PUB board. And I'm just going to say that they appointed individuals on the BCIC board.
Themselves, didn't they?
Yes, they
Mhm.
placed themselves on the GBEC board, GBIC. They placed themselves on these boards and committees. What does that tell us? That they
Oh,
are
sorry. Did you
part.
say BCIC? No, they appoint themselves a GBIC, and BCIC is the one that they allowed regular people. Well,
Yeah,
what
but
they
they
deem regular people.
appointed BCIC
Yes, yeah, I
and
get
they
it.
put themselves on GBEC,
Yeah, yeah.
GBIC. They are part of the problem. They are part of the clique. This is what Susan's referring to. They are part of putting
Oh,
these same people all around into the same mix. It's got to stop because we are stagnant as a city because of these same people. And it's not just John and Jessica. It's not just them. Think about it. It wasn't just Brugiac, guys. And this is the conversation I had with Susan the other day. It wasn't just Brugiac. It was all those other individuals that were part of his management team. That's the problem.
well, no, they don't hire those people. They only hire Brugiac, but Brugiac then gets all those other people, kind of like they do at the city, where the city manager they appoint or they hire the city manager, and the city manager goes around and goes all
Yeah,
these other
but what
people.
I'm
Yeah, yeah.
saying,
No, no, but they're all buddy. They're friendly. They
all
like
of it.
each other. Yeah,
So
it's great.
it's not no solamente. There's a Mexican saying. It says, "No, no pecas solo el que mata la vaca." Have you heard that, Roman?
Never in my life, but I can translate it.
No solo peca el que mata la vaca, sino que el que les tira la pata.
Hmm.
It's not only the one that kills the cow that sins, but the one that holds the cow's legs.
Mm.
So it's not just all these other folks that are like PUB board and everything. You got Jessica and John. They placed them there. Now John wants to come up with, well, my number one priority is
Just lower your PB bills.
clear PUB bill.
What I wonder what his second priority is.
We'll find out, I guess. Gotta ask Rodrigo Moreno.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for the new signs or new stickers to come in. Because that's what he does, right? He's gonna get a new sticker and like, oh, put a new one. Oh no, oh wow, it's a new sign.
Oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
call him out every forum, every chance I get. Rata, 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 and ugly.
Yeah, I'm very ugly. Yeah.
What would you do differently if you would be the mayor? Very simple. Get all this crap out of the boards and committees. Every single one. Unfortunately, because of this city commission, we won't be able to remove everyone from PUB. And that's a shame because we should get rid of all those pieces of crap. Every single one of them. Langley, Sainz, Jude Benavides,
I,
Sampaio, Rendon. They all, except the good looking one. The good looking one can stay.
well, maybe there's a way to do it. Maybe there's a way of demanding their resignation, and then the city won't do X, Y, Z if until these people
Well,
resign.
part
Kind
of
of
the
like a congressman wants to do when it comes to the Ukrainian war. Say
well,
we're not going to fund the Ukrainian war.
part of the problem, Roman, is that PUB, and and I hate focusing just on PUB, but PUB is very indicative of what's going on. The problem, Roman, is that PUB is more powerful than the city commission.
Yeah, because they transfer money into the city because when they need to balance the
And,
balance, they've done it before, right?
and that is crazy. That's crazy talk. That PUB is more powerful than the individuals that we elect into office. And then they say that PUB is Brownsville, it belongs to us. It doesn't. It has become a monster, an entity on its own. That's how they were able to screw us. That's how they did the land grabs. That's why they've got all these crazy, stupid buildings, guys, because they have a 300 and what, $75 million budget, while the city of Brownsville has $150 million budget. It's crazy. We've got to destroy PUB, decimate PUB, the structure completely, have those funds completely under the supervision of the city, not this city, the next one that you're going to vote in, guys, all that money, and find a way to deregulate it and bring competition into Brownsville.
Well, that's how it sort of was before this new incarnation of PUB. If I remember correctly, back in the 60s or 70s, they had an issue with the commission controlling PUB, and then you had issues with whether PUB was working properly. And then so they've created this new whole idea of, hey, it's separate sort of. So I don't know we want to go back to that world. I'm not sure I want to go back to that world. I do like the idea of competition in the city though.
Hell yeah.
That I'm in favor of.
Por favor, baja los huevos. You're sounding like my date last night. Then I didn't.
So,
Then I don't want Trump. That's the point. If a Republican isn't guaranteed after him.
oh, you mean
Oh,
that? Oh, that in 2028 that nobody could win because Trump won't is the only one who can win. Is that what you're saying?
well, I think one of the things that I would want to see. Let's say if Trump becomes the nominee,
Mm.
it's going to be very interesting who he's going to choose as his vice president.
It's not going to be Mike Pence, that's for sure.
Not going to be Mike Pence, but could be DeSantis, Cruz.
Greg Abbott?
The smart thing would be to take Haley.
No.
I like
Why?
Haley.
I don't.
I love Haley. Or Tulsi Gabbard. I love me some Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah,
Cancel.
but she's a independent. She won't even bring herself to call herself a Republican. She like I'm no longer a Democrat. I'll just be an independent. Like, why not just become a Republican?
Saludos, Dora. Muchas bendiciones. Dios las cuide. Qué bueno que está con nosotros o que su hijo está con nosotros. I like Tulsi Gabbard. Let me tell you, I liked her. When
She's
she
hot.
was-
That I will say she's hot with that skunky hair that she has. Whoo, hot doggy.
She is good looking, but I would watch the Democrat debates because of Tulsi Gabbard.
Oh
Because
yeah.
she didn't care. She went after all of them. She
Mm.
went after Hillary. She went after all of
And
them.
in the white woman suit she was wearing, and like I usually don't like women wearing pantsuits and stuff like that, but she looked good.
No one can wear a pantsuit like Tulsi Gabbard.
Nobody can.
Porque nadie levanta la basura después de los choices y luego por eso se nos ponchan las llantas. ¿Quién es responsable de barrer las calles de Bronzeville? Tú y yo. Todos nosotros.
I just wish that the trash trucks that we, I guess, rent out from Republic didn't leave a bunch of crap on the street after they pick up your trash. I've asked city commissioners in McAllen and the mayor if that happens in McAllen because McAllen owns their own trucks. They don't go over to Republic. If that happens, and they're like, nope, doesn't happen in our city. But it does in ours. Why? How difficult is it for those trash trucks to not leave black stuff all over a trail of black stuff on our streets. It's disgusting. It's gross.
It is gross.
It would even fail. What are you doing? I think I have to ask you that at one point during the show every time. What
I
are
had
you doing?
there was it was trippy because I had a hair going across my Charo Days outfit, and
Cat hair?
no, it was actually one of my hairs, I think,
Oh,
and
that fell off because you're losing your hair because of your stomach thing.
yeah, but was
So
trippy
sad.
because you know how when you're looking and you see that something like on the corner of your eye, so I
Hmm.
was going like it's just bothering the crap out of me. So when I looked down to get it and I tried to get it, I couldn't find it because I couldn't pinpoint exactly where that hair was.
Because you're getting blind. Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
I'm getting old.
You're getting old. It sucks.
Any
Well, maybe
progress
you can. Oh, sorry.
done there?
I was gonna say maybe you can get that hair and get some glue and stick it on there because you don't
Yeah,
want to lose that hair. You don't want to be like Trey.
I'm going to lose it as it falls off. I'm okay with it. I'd rather not because I hate to be without hair, but it is what it is. Any progress made is
Mm.
overshadowed by corruption, lack of spine, and self-serving deals. Yes, unfortunately. And look, I really think that a lot of individuals, as the
Sorry.
gotta stop, have got to stop pocketing the resources that should go to the community as a whole. Once we start distributing the resources to communities as a whole, everything starts to grow, even your raterío. Porque nadie embarra las calles después de los choques en Bronx y Texas y luego después. Oh, yeah, that's horrible.
Mhm. Can
Hola,
we just talk a little bit about the bike accidents all over the city? Like, what the hell, man? This is
Jorge.
what happens when you have people riding their bikes on the street and acting like they're cars. Like, this is what the city has brought us. This is what the leadership in our city has done. They believe that bikes should be able to use the same road as a car. Come
Well,
on.
someone said that I got a text message from that. Oh, some friends had mentioned that. Oh, we need a mayor that's educated. What has that gotten us?
They're so dang educated. They have bikes riding our streets like they're cars. That's not educated. That's not.
Guys,
That's
we
dumb. That's ridiculous.
our previous two mayors were attorneys, seasoned attorneys with a jurisprudence degree in law, and they screwed us over. And you really think a degree is what qualifies an individual to be the next mayor of the city of Brownsville? Are you serial?
And what defines educated anyway?
No, I just came to.
Don't you have a degree of some
I,
sort?
I have a bachelor's. I have a bachelor's degree in theology.
Is that was that to try to be an insult to you, or does Jessica Tetro have a degree?
No, she doesn't.
Maybe it was an insult to her, not to you.
Maybe, but it hasn't done anything for us. Just came and got
Mm.
my new hearing aids at Beltone in Plaza, where Lotus used to be. Asked for Josie. Take insurance. Great people. Great, great, great. Is our current mayor running for office again? No. Out. We disagree about PUE. I think if it is administered properly, it will benefit the citizens. It will require honest and transparent site. No, we will disagree. I think we've got to get rid of PUB. The way that it is set up, and my concern, Susan, and again, this is just my concern, and I'm okay with disagreeing. My concern is what's going to happen 8 years from now when we're no longer in office. What's going to happen when we get another city commission that is corrupt and again appoints their people to these boards? We have to look at the future, and that's why my third campaign promise is instill safeguards so that none of this ever happens again. We've got to find a way, Susan, to guarantee that be they ratas, be they honest people, no one is able to screw with us again. And I'll give you an example. One of the things that we have to do as our church, because churches are tax exempt. You know this, Roman, right?
Yes.
So one of the things that we have to do is that everything that we have, if we're going to register with the state of Texas as a nonprofit religious entity, is guarantee and place guarantees that no one in the future is going to be able to sell off anything that belongs to the church or take into control that which belongs to the church. So what happens, Roman, is you place certain safeguards in there. So let's say I pass away and my father passes away, and someone wants to come in and say, "Hey, well, I want to sell that church building." Well, there's a stipulation in the Articles of Corporation that state cannot be sold. It has to be transferred over onto another nonprofit religious organization. So you place safeguards to protect the people, and well, to protect what's God's, but to protect what's the people's. So we will disagree. Uh, PUB needs to be restructured completely, completely, and safeguards put in place. It's been decimated,
I,
completely different what it is right now.
no, but then how are you going to be able to do that when you have the corporate, the like the debt papers and the shareholders or whatever that are that the rule the roost, which is why we apparently can't get our refund because we have to go through a process.
We're not going to get a refund. And see,
Yeah,
this is where Susan owes me another $2. We're not going to get a refund. And as much as they want to go up there and state, we're tracking, we're fast pacing the refund that's coming to the city, it's not going to happen.
if it comes, it's gonna come right before the May elections, and look what we did for you. Look, you're gonna have Jessica and John. Look.
Which one of the politicians is sinner? John, Jessica, and Stanton, because they're running against Erasmo.
That's their sin, all right?
Hell yeah.
Do Protestants like you even believe in sin? I'm just
Yeah.
wondering. I'm just kidding.
No, they don't. Because,
I'm
no,
just,
no,
I'm just
they
playing with you.
don't. Because I've had fights, Roman, with a lot of the pastors here, because I blame them for being so pasguatos. You know, they
Paswato.
they should not be
You need a
pasguatos.
shirt, Paswatos.
They need to be a little bit more active in regards to everything that's going on here locally. Does the mayor have an assistant too? No, does not have no one to hold his staff.
You mean he doesn't have a private staff private?
Private staff private.
Oh well, it's early in the morning, I guess. I mean, making those funny jokes, I guess. What are you? Okay,
I'm trying to get
7 minutes later, what are you
trying
doing?
to get my orange tickets for the Sombrero Fest.
Oh, is Brian gonna get you his tickets, or Roy
Oh,
gonna get you tickets?
Brian. The bike riders need to
Why?
have rules.
Wait. Is Brian gonna get you those tickets because he heard last night that you were supportive of North? He's like, no, I gotta get him tickets. That what you? That what you're saying? That what you're implying?
Maybe.
You're
The bike riders need to have
a
rules,
cheap date. That's all I gotta say. You're a cheap date.
and those that have dated me know that to be a fact.
Not really. I've never. I'm like not gonna have a fight with you. It's okay.
The bike ride, actually, I'm upset with my dentist right now. The bike riders need to have rules
Wait,
about.
were you upset at your dentist? What a shock! It's a day that ends on Y. Come on.
Well, he made me spend more money than I wanted to this weekend.
Why could you? I'm not gonna. No, it's okay. That's like. Let's move on. It's fine.
The bike riders need to have rules about proper lighting and reflective clothing. If they don't use those particular precautionary measures, they should be ticketed just like a car who has a busted taillight. I think the part of the problem is everyone's so afraid to mess with the bike riders because they think that there's this protected group. And then there's this other section that go like, es que, well, they're poor and they're riding bikes. No, everyone should follow the rules. The poor, the rich, and
At what
the filthy rich, like Roman.
at what point are these bicyclists gonna go vroom, vroom, vroom everywhere they go because they feel like they're like a bicycle gang, vroom, 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 but they don't actually have the noises that do that because they have nothing else to do. They wear their little outfits and they think they're cool. But seriously, what's up with people wearing dark clothing at night? A lot of us that are driving, we're not young anymore, so we have difficulty seeing at night. And then you wear your dark clothing. Do you want to like get run over or something? Like who does that? Who goes out there like if you know you're going to be riding a bike and it's like 5 o'clock at the end of the day, you know you're going to be riding a bike. Don't wear dark clothing during the day because you're going to be driving at night or riding your bike at night. It's ridiculous. I'm tired of it.
Well, we've had 6 incidents of people getting run over, either pedestrians or bicyclists,
Mm.
cyclists, and it's
And
concerning.
in a 24-hour period, okay.
No, actually, the five in a 48-hour period,
It's
and
an epidemic.
then this one happened. So,
It's a pandemic.
well, legally, bikes have a legal right to use the roads. The city, like Cowan, will push for more bike lanes when money can go elsewhere. Just be aware of the drive appropriate on bikes. Bikes need safety apparatuses at night.
Then we need to change the law because you cannot have bikes using the same lane as though they're a car. They're not. They're a bike. They don't go as fast as a car. They're not as well protected as a car. Come on, man. Ridiculous.
A motorcycle.
What about a motorcycle?
No,
Motorcycle is not a bike. Not the bike like the little you use your little feet to like make the thing go. It's not the same. A motorcycle is different. They actually have to. You have to have a license to ride a motorcycle. Do you have to have a license to ride a bike?
well, but let me say this, and this is kind of it's everything. A lot of times, it's like the other day, one of these rent a cops from UTBTSC stopped me and like, oh, you're running a red light. I said, I'm not driving. I'm on a scooter. He goes, well, you can't do that on a bicycle. I go, it's not a bicycle. It's a
A
scooter.
scooter.
So it's like there's a lot of gray area in there. Like I'm going to be using my tuk tuk for the parade. You know what tuk tuk is, right?
I'm gonna wait for you to explain it to everybody.
A tuk tuk. It's a mototaxi. It's a tuk tuk. They're used in Asian countries.
Like a pedicab, right?
No, it's a tuk tuk. It's a tuk tuk. You could Google it afterwards.
It's different than a. I thought a tuk-tuk was a pedicab where
No,
somebody's riding a little bike and then you had like a little couch behind it.
yeah, no, that's a pedicab. It's different than a tuk tuk.
And is a tuk-tuk the one that you carry, like somebody's walking and
No,
carrying you?
no, that's torture.
Like, oh, I drive here now.
That's torture. No, I'm saying this
It's
because
torture.
love you, Ruben. Why is Trey Mendez not running for office? Because he needs to make money. He said, earning degrees are
Wait, he hasn't been making money, so he hasn't been paying any taxes, or like what? So he's not working. Like, do we have to do a fundraiser for him because hasn't been working for like last 4 years? Because you say he hasn't been making money.
He's probably gonna set up a GoFundMe page.
Oh, pobrecito.
Earning degrees.
I'll donate a penny.
Well, that's a penny more than he had.
Well, no, but I mean, but I don't really want to give him a Canadian penny if I can find one.
Why are so many men having affairs in Brownsville, Texas, and then the Sanchez publicize it? Why do men cheat? All men cheat.
That's not true.
100%.
I've never cheated on my wife.
Yes, you have.
What?
I could prove to you that you have.
How have I cheated on my wife?
Well, because Scripture states.
Oh, you gonna say because I thought Tulsi Gabbard was hot that I cheated on my wife?
It's cheated on your wife.
No mames. That's not cheating on my wife. I'm admiring her beauty.
It's Scripture.
Okay, so if I say, "Hey, Erasmo, you look good in your charote hat," that's me cheating on my wife because I think charote's outfit. Really?
You've done that a lot of times. You've hit on me too many times.
Shut up! No.
I'm
Because I complimented you yesterday because you were like, "I hate my life." Everybody, he's like, "I hate my life," and I'm like, "You have a lot of things going for you, Erasmo." Like, you hate on me? No, I'm not hating on you. You always hate on me. It's like I don't hate on. I've never hate on you. Always.
He has.
By me complimenting you, that's me hitting on you. That's me cheating on my wife. That's what you're saying?
Roman has hit on me more times
No, not even close.
than John Cowan.
0 and 0.
Depends on the CCs on the bike. Well, you need a license. That's true.
Aye.
Some bike riders obey the law and some don't, but common sense dictates you're riding your bike in the middle lane or between cars, you're going to suffer the consequences. It's horrible right now. Roman, well, what are we going to expect tonight at 9 p.m.?
Probably not me.
Why?
Because I have things to do, man. I'm not always going to be able to do a show. I wish I could always do a show with you, but I'm not always. You know that.
You suck.
I do suck. but
All
not
right, guys.
literally.
Tomorrow we're going to have the pick of the draw, and Roman's going to be my escort.
No. Oh, what time is that thing? Is it 10:30? You said right?
Huh? Why do
Is that
married men
10:30?
turn gay? That's a good question for Roman.
That's a better question for Erasmo.
Well, I'm not married. You are.
You're married to your job as a priest or something.
Sure. You're like a magnet, Asma. You attract both sexes. Preach. Can't help myself. Will you be making a speech at Charo Days? No. I make a speech every. I make a speech every day, not just Charo Day.
Why would you make a speech? What would that speech sound like?
Yeah.
Hey, that's Ralph Cowan's job. Ooh, do you think the Cowans are gonna come on the parade with their little like 100 years of service with Paul Cowan and Ralph Cowan and John Cowan and I don't know.
They suck, and I like them.
I'm not. I'm not. They're good people. They're good people.
They're all right.
All
Thanks for
right.
coming on, Roman.
You're welcome. Thank you for
Guys, have a
having me.
great day. As I'll be back tonight at 9 p.m. I don't know if Roman will, but have a great day. Social distance, face covering, hand sanitizer, still doing all that crap. I don't. Be good to each other.